Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Recap for Monday, September the 12th. My name is Barry Anerson. I'm the moderator of our trading room. This is the address to get into the room and I share my screen all day long. This is a free room, no strings attached. I'm also live on the mic between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And if you'd like to take out a subscription to Trade Ideas, this is a link you can use. And when you type in this link and click on it, you will see a promo code that you can apply to either a monthly or annual subscription. If you took the annual with everything we've got, it would work out to a little over $4 a day. All right, well, what an exciting day. After Friday, I'm sure a lot of people thought maybe we'd have a big down continuation day on Monday, but what we really found was a lot of the stocks that were beat up on Friday made some really, really strong comebacks, and I'm going to go over a couple of them that I got into, NXPI and Momo. But first, I do want to point out one that I'm still in, and this is a potential swing trade, Shenandoah Telecom. Here I'm in at 26.43. I have sold some at 26.68. But let's take a look at the daily, and maybe you'll see why I even saw this one. This came originally. I've been watching this one actually for a few days. And this was a Holly trade from a while back. I can't remember exactly what day it was, but it also was showing up on the trend reversal this morning. And let me just make sure. I'm pretty sure this is a Holly trade or Holly. Yeah, see, there it is. So it was on my Holly watch list. And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, if you have our premium service, you know what I do now is I take all of the trades and I put them into a watch list, and I will carry over some trades from day to day. So obviously SHNE, SHEN, I can't remember what day it alerted, but really what this was all about, and I talked about it last week. I said, look at this. I mean, if this ever breaks out of this consolidation area, look at the gap we've got to fill. I mean, and again, when I say look at the gap we've got to fill, the void we've got to fill, of course I don't mean that it's absolutely 100% going to happen. But we like to see a chart pattern like this because there's really no resistance. So I took the trade, and it will remain to be seen if I'm going to swing it. It depends how it closes today. I mean, if it closes, if it gives it all back up and gets back to my buy price, I'll probably get out. But if it can hold in this area, and especially if it can get over 27, it tried. It was at 26. Looks like 26.92. I definitely have an inclination to hold this to see how much further how much further it can go. So that is my potential swing trade. Now let's take a look at a couple of the ones that worked out really, really well for me anyway. NXPI. NXPI I noticed in the pre-market. Now this was way down here, and let's say closed at 81.39. So this was down at 79.75, probably on very little volume, but that I did notice it, and I thought, well, you know what, maybe this could have a bit of a bounce, especially if the market wants to come back some. So I watched it, put it on the thumbnail chart, put an alert in at 81.56. I think if I switch to the 5 minutes, you'll see why. And I know what I did. I have erased all my alerts, the ones that triggered, but I put an alert right here. Basically right there. Look at this. This is the post-market on Friday. And look at these candles right there, almost going to that post-market price, 81.50. So I actually set an alert for, well, I think it was right here at 81.50, and I took the trade at 81.56. I did sell some. I can't remember why, but I sold some very quickly at 81.63, just in case, the market decided it. But I think at this point the market wasn't positive. The market is positive right now, but I think it was still in negative territory. So I wanted to ensure that I got a little bit of profit anyway. And then look what happened. It just kept running and running and running. So I got out at 81.91 just before the break of the whole number, just in case it right in this area here, right here, just in case it didn't want to break through that whole number. And then I got out at 81.85. So I mean, this just turned out to be a great trade, over $1 on this trade. And the other one was Momo, and again, Momo was a Holly trade from previous days. I saw it in the pre-market. I don't know actually if I did see it in the pre-market. Let's see if on the 15 if it made sense. Yes, of course I saw it in the pre-market. It was down. But again, like a lot of the stocks, they just rallied all day long. This is probably the best type of trading day that we can get. When the market starts off weak and then it has a massive rally. I mean, look at what the SPY has done. So, here was the sure that. So here is the post market. This is Friday afternoon SPY. This is this morning, but look at the rally we've had. And this is excuse me. This is what people love. This is where you can make a lot of money because so many stocks are just are rebounding from whatever happened to them on Friday. And so there are some big moves that are made. Excuse me. So Momo was another one. I got into this one at 2221, right about here. Put a mark. 2221. And I think the reason is that it held the whole number 22, and I exited. This I did not make as much as I could have because unfortunately this action happened to me. But this was really quick. I got out some at 2259, 2271, and then 2250. Unfortunately, this happened, and I kind of lost sight of it. I probably should have got right back into it, in this area here. I mean, again, hindsight is wonderful, but again, it was a really nice quick trade, and so with NXPI and Momo both doing that, turned out to be really good. Now, NVAX is one that I am watching also. This is the high. I have an alert here at 8:15. Take a look at the daily chart on this one. Back it out just a little bit more, and you can see that it has room to this level, to the high eights. And then if it can break that, I mean, it's got a tremendous void. So this is why I am very interested in this. Also, if you look on Friday, now it did have a sell-off. It did have a sell-off, but at least it did remain green. I mean, it got as high as 815, and it closed at 779. So not a massive sell-off, but it's had would have had the three up days in a row. And the reason why this is somewhat significant is that, of course, IBB, which is the sector, the ETF for the biotech sector, it was way down, along with all the other sectors, but this remained positive, even though it did have the sell-off. So I had planned to watch this one if it could get over 8. I like this bottoming tail. I mean, the sellers, again, tried to drive it down, but the buyers have tried to maintain it over 8, and I believe that if it can get over this 815, maybe even sometime today, if it does, I might take the trade. But I will continue to watch it tomorrow and see if it can do that. And then it has a bit of a gap up to the 9 level, but then after 9, that's when we're really talking about where some really big gains can be made. Now Novatech's let's see, earnings are not anywhere near. And but it is a bio, so you always have to worry that they could come up with some FDA result or something that can really wreak havoc with the trade. So always bear that in mind, especially if you are going to swing it. But my Shenandoah is still working really nicely. I'm in fact, I'm gonna put an alert so I don't have to keep watching it. Put an alert at 2702, and I will know if it breaks 27. So that's that. And Fomex, that's the other one I got into. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough patience in it, though it really didn't. This was a kind of a tough one to trade around. This was a Holly trade, but look at all the topping and bottoming tails. I did get in at 960, and I traded it out for pennies, and that was it. We had another nice one. Holly had a great alert in LCI. I missed it, unfortunately. The alert was at 3067, right around this area here, and look, it got up to 3135, and it pulled right back. I missed the pullback, unfortunately. I think I was making my smoothie right around now, but again, it's been a little bit all over the place, but nonetheless, Holly had some really nice alerts today. We actually had one which we have not seen before, the same signal or the same stock triggered in 3 different strategies. DMTX. It really hasn't done too much, but again, take a look at this daily. I'm going to definitely have to watch this one going forward. Look at this daily chart. Back it out a little bit. So you can see the void here, and I'm liking that Holly is, when you see a daily chart like this and you get an alert from Holly, and has it worked? Not great, but you like the chances of something like this working when you've got nothing on the daily chart to impede it. So, um, and it's broken through the 200-day moving average, was 816. So, this is something I would be watching going forward also. But interestingly, it did trigger in three different alerts, three different strategies, and people say, well, how can that be? Well, they're different strategies, and you understand that Holly doesn't know what stocks are going to trigger, of course, in an individual strategy. All Holly is looking at is each one of these strategies has a filter set, and if the filters are met, and then the trigger, whatever the trigger is, maybe a new high or maybe a fib retracement or whatever that trigger is, Holly's going to give an alert. It just is coincidental that this one alerted in three different strategies, which we have not seen before. We've seen stocks alert in two different strategies, but this is the first time we've had a triple. Anyway, I want to get back to the room and keep checking my Shenandoah, see if it can get through that 27 level. Looks like it's getting closer and closer. And then I'll have to make a decision on what I really want to do with this, especially if it gets over 27. Because look at this, I mean, $40. I'm not saying it's going to get up there, but even if it got a quarter of the way, that would be a great percentage increase. All right, that's it for today. And just bring back the cover sheet again. This is how to get into the room, and truly, no strings attached. It is a free room. Had some questions actually from people. Why is it a free room? Well, excuse me. What we do is we do use it as a marketing promotion, and probably about 3 or 4 times a day I will put links in the room, which excuse me, sorry, 1 second. Sorry about that. Just had a catch in my throat. So we do use it as a marketing promotion. So I'll put links in the room. They're not all marketing. It's we have webinars. We have 4 of them a week, and I put the links in for that. I give you a link about Holly, and then of course I do put a subscription link into the room with the promo code. So, but that's why what we're really trying to do with the room though is either for if you're new, of course we want to expose you to the idea of trade ideas. If you have the program and you're new to the program, I mean, this is a great opportunity to ask me questions all day long. I do trade my account, so you have to bear with me a little bit there. But I'm certainly more than willing to answer questions about the program itself. So we really, we pride ourselves on great customer support when it comes to helping people use the program. 4 webinars a week, and then what I do all day long, and also we have a great group of traders in the room. So, all in all, if you're watching this for the first time, please come in the room. You don't have to contribute. If you just want to sit and watch and see what we do, that's fine. But again, no strings attached. All right, that's it. And by the way, I do open the room at about 8:45. That's when I start sharing my screen, and then I get live on the mic between 9 and 4. All right, well, thanks very much for listening, and I hope to see you in our trading room tomorrow. Bye-bye.